Welcome back to Asynchronous Math with Mr. Frederick, the only math show about someone who's not British, but still teaching math. And now for today's topic, number systems. Let's head to the board. We're going to start off our discussion with number systems by talking about natural numbers. Natural numbers, I guess, is the most exclusive club of numbers. These are numbers like 1, 2, 3, 27, 536. These numbers do not include 0, but they're counting numbers that you would naturally start off learning. From natural numbers, we're going to keep on going. Next, we have whole numbers. And whole numbers is exactly the same thing as natural numbers, just add in 0. That's why you have the whole numbers of 0, 1, 2, 3, 27, 695, 17, all natural numbers plus 0 is the whole numbers. So after whole numbers, we move on to integers. Now, you might be thinking you've heard of integers before, and I'm sure you have. So integers are the whole numbers, so including 0, including our natural numbers, plus negatives. Or I guess minus negatives. We'll decide on that later. So negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, negative 18, negative 100, 100. So everything we've already talked about, plus negative integers. Now moving on from integers, we're going to get bigger, much like the old lady who swallowed a fly. We're going to talk about rational numbers. So rational numbers include whole numbers, include natural numbers, include integers. At the root of rational numbers is the word ratio, and ratio just means fraction. So when you hear rational numbers, you should think fraction, and you should think this can be represented as a fraction, and that's the main difference between rational numbers and irrational numbers. And now let's consider irrational numbers. So irrational numbers cannot be written in a ratio or not into a fraction. So they do not go inside this chart at all. They're separate. So irrational numbers are going to be like pi, the square root of negative 2. And then if we think about these numbers, we think about their decimals, pi is 3.149 something. But it's unpredictable. It's irrational. Same thing with the square root of 2. Whereas 2/3 might go on forever. So 0.66666, but it's still predictable, which means it comes from a fraction or a ratio. Irrational numbers do not. Now, there are other types of number systems we're not really going to cover right now, but all of these fall under the same category of real numbers. And I know what you're thinking, are there imaginary numbers? Oh yes, and they're quite wonderful. Imaginary numbers! But these real numbers are kind of what we want to focus on right now and understand how they categorize. If you're currently in one of my classes, please go to Canvas and make sure you complete your assignments. If you're just rewatching this video, well, then thank you, and make sure to hit subscribe or like. A special thank you to the following people, especially Unsplash.com for their resources and free images. Until next time.